features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Flacco's Ravens going up against Wilson's Seahawks. With that, let's get you up to Seattle. We're standing by are our commentators, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thank you. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Baltimore Ravens and the Seattle. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. To return, it's Kalen Clay. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. They come out here in the eye. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Brashad Perriman, 70 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. He'll get the football here. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. Here's the offense. Certainly some threats on this offense, and one of them that they target is Doug Baldwin.
Not only does he do a nice job catching the ball downfield, he's also a tremendous blocker that helps unleash the running game.
On second down, Rawls. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it third down.
And the good thing about the top-notch safeties, they can play from deep coverage or they can play close to the line of scrimmage, and the end result is often the same, a big-time play for their defensive team. And that's exactly what we just saw.
Watch right. 14.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. There he goes left side. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Short throw pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
And he's got it up and through. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And with with a new rule. That decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They start on the ground with Rawls. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
19.
They go again with Rawls. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big run that time by Rawls. 42 yards. The ultimate speedster, showing that speed in front of this home crowd. They love that.
Made me stand up on that run because right now all I want to do is wave to the crowd. More noise, more noise. You got to reward him for that one. A big-time monster run.
Wilson looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the longtime Charger, Eric Weddle. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Ravens taking the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drives exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. The tackle made by K.J. Wright. And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
Second down, Flacco now. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. So Steve Smith involved there, and the Ravens, they're likely, Charles, going to need him to get even more involved with Ben Watson out for the season now.
And normally when you have a guy who announced that a season was going to be his last, as Steve Smith did in 2015, when you have that guy come back, you don't expect big-time production, but you and I both know that Steve Smith is the exception to that. So I agree with you. His production will go up, and he will definitely take some of the pressure off of the loss of Benjamin Watson.
Now the longtime Raven punter, Sam Cook, on to punt it away. Fielded at about the 28. Shreds him with a stiff arm. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Here are the Raven defensive starters.
From the time he entered the NFL, Terrell Suggs has been a load to block for anyone. His ability to get upfield and make plays in the backfield, almost unparalleled.
And left side here, it's Graham. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're going to face a 3rd down. 3rd down and 4.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well. And every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. should be the final play before the quarter ends. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. On first down, Wilson. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it's a second down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Wilson will throw again. Complete outright to Kurz. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Anytime there's an open target and there's a reception, the next thing you're looking for, the ability to break a tackle and gain additional yardage. That's what we just saw.
They'll try to run with Rolls. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now second and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Defense likely bringing pressure here. Third and goal from the 2. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Partner, it's decision time now. I know it's still just the second quarter, but you have an opportunity to either kick the field goal or go for it and try and score a big-time touchdown. This is why the head coaches get paid the big bucks.
And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
It's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
To return, here's Michael Campanero. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
A nickel look by Seattle on third down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is fielded at the 7. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to sling this deep, and that's caught inside the 35. That one goes for 36 yards.
All right, partner, that's it. That's a video game highlight catch right there. Acrobatic, one hand, come down with the football. Look, if you and I are playing Madden right now, I'm throwing down my control. I'm done. That's it. I can't do this anymore. Yet, we see it happen just about every week. All these guys need is a chance, and they're making those types of plays. Even if We don't believe what we just saw. Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
So he got 3 of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. Defensively, they must have been expecting a pass. They were in the dime look out there.
I think maybe they were deciding to go with speed on the field rather than bulk. I'm with you, a little bit surprising. They wanted people getting to the ball as fast as possible. The lighter, shiftier defensive backs allow you that opportunity.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin there to make the grab. And the Seahawks have once again taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown
What are you
there.
looking forward?
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the...
Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Setting up to throw Flacco. He's got time in the pocket. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. 3rd and long for Joe Flacco. He's going to try and go deep again. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Throwing here on 1st down. Flacco. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Seahawks offense now, they getting ready to head back onto the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to air one out. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. And they'll give it to him here. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and them punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
2nd down, Flacco now. Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
From the shadow of the goalpost. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. I think you'd have to say this crowd here in Seattle, this 12th man had something to do with that.
As well as the architect of this stadium. Combined with this crowd noise, makes it very difficult to run offense. And here, 2 points result for the defense.
It is deafening in here. This will be fielded at the 17. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
To get a little more cushion. Here's Wilson. It's caught on the left side by Kurz. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
The goal of the wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here.
I think you have to chalk that one up for the defense there. Someone right on the spot. Excellent coverage. Didn't leave him enough room to come down inbounds, even though he did catch the football.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Lawrence Guy able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Now Campanaro. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cassius Marsh coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. On 2nd down, Flacco to throw. Going for the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Brashad Perriman, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. What a spin. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
There we go, D. That's the way to hit.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Well, we got a little lull here in the action. Week 3 of the preseason. I know you and I were talking about the Cincinnati-Jacksonville game. What'd you take away from that?
Well, let's look at Cincinnati first. They went on the road, and all we've talked about in the offseason was how they blew the Pittsburgh playoff game, and would there be a residual effect on this team? So
Didn't
far,
look like it.
So far, it doesn't look like it. They look pretty good. Looks like Marvin Lewis and crew have put that behind them. Let's move ahead to Jacksonville, though. They've been kind of the darlings of the offseason, haven't they? A great draft, great free agency. Many people think they can make a move in the AFC South. They didn't look like it in week 3 of the preseason, but they have plenty of talent there. I expect them to get better once the regular season kicks off. And guess what? They open up with Green Bay at home.
Ooh, a chance to prove themselves early.
Easy.
A 10th carry for Thomas Rawls. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And left side here, it's Graham. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one. Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
And maybe expecting a throw. Now Wilson. He may try and run. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive. Back now in Seattle, Washington. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. So 2nd down, 3 yards to go now. Now it's Dixon, and he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Dixon again. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a 1st down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll run it with Dixon. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. They come out here in the eye. Now it's a former Seahawk. This is Justin Forsett. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. And his throw here is incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Third down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Complete. Smith has it. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they looked like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game. Now Wilson on 1st down. Going to Rawls on the dump off. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. It's his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one. 2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they do. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. They'll look to throw. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Oh, no, he lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. This remains a 1-point game. The defense did their job. Now the offense here late, they just need to kind of hold on, seal this victory.
And the defense did it so well, didn't they? Didn't allow any points and got the ball back for their offense in order to close out this game. What a great feeling for both sides of the ball.
It'll be a better feeling. If the offense can just seal this thing, we'll see if they can do it.
You trying to say the defense doesn't want to go back out there again?
That's correct.
Okay.
This is Buck Allen. And not much. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. Only a yard of the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. Flacco to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They're down here in a one-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back to throw. Incomplete. Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. He's back to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
And down by 5. They've got to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. 4th down, 4th quarter. Flacco. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Fresh set of downs here. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Frank Clark in there to take him down. And the clock will roll. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Third, and with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Pressure mounting. Flacco. He's got time. Now a desperation throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Oh, Wilson going to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the longtime Charger, Eric Weddle. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Setting to throw, Flacco, surveying the field. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl quarterback, Richard Sherman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After the interception, here's Wilson. He's going to go up top again. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. I'll tell you what, partner, you learn a lot in every game, but when you win a close one, maybe you get to determine a little bit more about the guts of your team if you're the head coach.
It gives you much more than a snapshot now, doesn't it? You get to see the full picture of who your team is, especially individuals, and how they handle pressure situations.
And then moving forward, you have the confidence that late in a close